What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp, back with episode 22 now of Room Tour Project, the series where we show off the best battle stations and gaming setups. Special guest is going to be Paul from YouTube channel Paul's Hardware, a great tech YouTuber, ton of PC stuff as well on his channel. He's going to be showing off all his tech and hardware behind the scenes, which powers his YouTube channel. You know, all this hardware for Paul's Hardware. It makes sense now, you guys can take a first look behind the scenes, and you guys know the usual routine. Bunch of crazy cool battle stations, tons of really cool gaming setups, and let's kick off episode 22 now. Starting it off with a ton of pixels here, this setup has 3 Ultra HD monitors for the main setup and really nice looking overall choice of peripherals. For the main setup, we have one 3440 by 1440 Dell monitor in the middle, surrounded by two 2560 by 1440p monitors. Now on the side setup, yes, an alternative side work setup, which is also very simple and productive. We have two Dell 1900 by 1200 monitors. We'll get into the peripherals on the main setup in a minute, but here you can see the CM Storm Quickfire Stealth mechanical keyboard and the popular Logitech G602 mouse. I can always appreciate some good cable management as well. This one is great with just the 3 cable hoses containing the majority of the bulk, so good job on that, keeping the cables nice and clean. Now back to the main setup, you have some Audio Engine A2 Plus speakers, another Logitech G602 mouse, the Varmillo VB87M mechanical keyboard, which by the way, I have and did a review on if you want to check it out up in the right hand corner. It's definitely one of my favorite keyboards of the past few months. It is a wireless mechanical keyboard. It is awesome. So going all wireless with his peripherals here helps maintain that nice setup and clean appearance. For his headphones, we have a great trio here. The Audacy LCD2, a high-end pair of open-back headphones, as well as the Beyerdynamic DT880 Pro headphones, and the Sennheiser HD650 open-back headphones. Wow, this guy has great taste in headphones and just peripherals as a whole. And inside his PC, we have the i7 3770K, 32GB of G-Skill RAM, and the EVGA GTX 970 graphics card. Overall, the setup is just absolutely stunning. A great choice of peripherals, high quality monitors, and a nice clean desktop. All equals one of my favorite submissions. Now this one, well, this one is a first for Room Tour Project, let me just say that. You can see we have the 4 monitors in a unique orientation. Okay, not too out of the ordinary, but it does provide a lot of real estate. I'm liking the use of LED lights for a nice ambient glow around his setup. Very nice looking. You can take a look at his old PC here. Again, nothing too crazy. And by the way, this guy has just multiple PCs in this setup. This is another one mounted on the wall. I really like those. I want to get one of those in the future or build my own. They are awesome. But this is where it kind of takes a turn. You could see a rendered case here that he made and a little video he put together. So you're thinking, okay, this guy designed a case. Cool. Well, not only did he design it, as well as everything he intends to do with the hardware and the interior of the case, but he actually 3D printed his PC case and brought an idea to life. Literally. You can see the parts he's putting together for the support and the main frame of the case, all coming together nicely. Some tempered glass, and bam, it is all done. It looks very awesome and simple too. Never have I seen someone literally build their own case before by 3D printing it. You can see he switched some of the things around for his main setup, new monitor configurations again. This is a final look at the case he made. I do wish we had more pictures of the final built product with everything inside, but I just wanted to show it off. Maybe down the road in the future we'll have some more pics or information on this. But just wow, awesome. 3D printing your own case, definitely a first, and I love it. Next up is a nice gaming setup in the bedroom here. We have a triple monitor setup, and you can see a TV in the corner there for some extra gaming as well. These homey-like setups where bedrooms are just tricked out for gaming are always welcome on the show. I love them. Those 3 monitors are actually 3 different monitors. The middle one is a 4K Samsung monitor with a Samsung and LG 1080p monitor on each side. Having the 4K one as the main monitor obviously was a good choice there. Getting into some of the peripherals here, we have tons of Razer products in red, taking advantage of the Chroma product line. We have the Razer Black Widow Chroma keyboard, the Razer Kraken 7.1 Chroma headset, and the Razer Naga Molten Edition gaming mouse with all those MMO buttons on the side. With the side setup, we have a 42-inch Samsung TV with a PS4 hooked up for some console gaming. You can see playing some Destiny. And we have the Logitech G27 racing wheel there for some racing games, which is a genre that I've been getting into a lot more lately myself. You can see in the background the Alienware Area 51 case tying the whole setup of his theme together. Inside we have an i7-5820 CPU, two 980 graphics cards in SLI, and 16 gigabytes of RAM. Again, just great gaming setup here, a true gaming setup. Liking how clean it also looks with very minimal cables and zero clutter on those two white IKEA desks, all in the bedroom. Very nice stuff, and you can't forget those red LED lights as well, making it all match aesthetically. Next up, another 4-monitor setup. Of course, we have the 3 lined up nicely on the bottom with the overhead monitor on top. There's a lot to take in here with all the storage below and the little figures around the setup. I really like how it's all organized though, and it adds like a whole new dimension below his monitors for some extra space. It really looks nice. Those 3 Asus monitors on the bottom literally have no bezels, so it looks really nice all aligned like that. Absolutely great for gaming with that whole surround experience. And here we have another setup with a little side station next to his gaming setup. Definitely interesting. I like how it's just casually there, nothing really overkill. Taking a look at the PC, we have the Corsair Carbide 540 case, and inside we have some Corsair liquid cooling, keeping his i7-4790K at nice cool temps. We have 2 GTX 980s and SLI to power all those monitors, of course. 16 gigabytes of Corsair RAM, and a ton of storage in hard disk drives and SSDs. And lastly, a nice look at the retro setup here. Some old consoles there hooked up to the TV, some real classic throwbacks if you take a close look, and I'm digging the wall vinyl there too. This here is an awesome dual setup. We definitely don't get enough of these on the show. Whether it's for you and your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, roommate, anything like that, I just really like dual setups like this. On the user's rig, we have those 3 Asus 27-inch monitors, and inside his PC you have an i7-4790K, 16 gigabytes of Corsair Dominator Platinum RAM, an MSI GTX 780 Ti graphics card, a Razer Black Widow Ultimate keyboard, and the Corsair M95 gaming mouse in white for his peripherals. Now for the roommate's rig, there is an i5 3570K, 16 gigabytes of Ripjaw RAM, the MSI GTX 770 GPU, the Corsair K70 Vengeance keyboard, and the Corsair M95 mouse. Those are also 3 24-inch Samsung monitors. Another nice nighttime look with the overhead TV there up on the shelf, where both PCs are actually hooked up to it as well as the Xbox One, so they can PC game and have their screen up there if they want, throw it up there for some more real estate, as well as both play Xbox One. This is an awesome roommate setup here, looks absolutely a million times better than the setup that me and my roommate had.
What's up, Frank, and thanks for having me on the show. Guys, my name is Paul. I do a YouTube channel called Paul's Hardware, and I mainly focus on building computers, computer parts, computer hardware, mainly for like gaming, but also for video editing and that kind of thing. So I have to admit I'm more of a form over function guy. Wait, no, a function over form kind of guy. So this is like my desktop, and it's pretty standard desktop layout. You might also notice I have nothing on the walls. I have no like LED edge lighting. And things aren't necessarily very tidy. I didn't really do a lot of tidying or anything for this. I wanted to keep this pretty raw, so that and maybe in the future I can come back and show you guys what I've done to update it. But anyway, this is my main workstation. Back there in the back, the main monitor is Yamakasi Leonidas. It's a 30-inch IPS monitor. Had it for quite a few years. I did a video on it when I first got it. Still running strong and does a great job. 2560 by 1600 resolution. For a companion, I have a 27-inch planar 1080 monitor. And those give me plenty of screen real estate to do what I do, especially if I'm video editing and that kind of thing. My main rig is right here. It's up on the table. I'm a stickler for this. I hate putting computers down on the ground. This system's a, what is it, 4930K, which is a Ivy Bridge E processor. So this is an X79 system, which is actually slightly older than like the X99 stuff that's out right now, but I've been using this as my main editing rig for quite some time, and it's hard to get transitioned over, even though I have a couple other systems that would maybe do a little bit better at editing than this one. But it's got an X79 UD4 motherboard in there. It's a Hall of Fame graphics card by Galaxy, or they're now known as Galax, but that's a GTX 780. It's got 32 gigs of G.Skill memory, and yes, I'm running a stock CPU cooler. Very embarrassed about that. That's why it's louder than it should be. 1200 watt power supply, and then like a stupid arrangement of like a couple 4 terabyte drives down there. And there's also like, this is terrible. I feel bad showing anyone this because it's not cable managed. No one should be seeing this. Forget you saw any of that stuff. For my peripherals, I have a Myonix Neos 8200 mouse. I love this mouse because it is incredibly well designed ergonomically, fits the contours of my hand, and it does a great job. Keyboard is just a Microsoft ergonomic, just a rubber dome. I love the ergonomic arrangement, so I have a hard time getting away for that for my workstation. Now I've moved out to my kind of dining room area, and again, it's just a bit of chaos. All of this stuff, all these piles of boxes over here, is an ongoing project for me to try to clear out a bunch of storage that's in my garage, reorganize it, get rid of stuff I don't need, and move on with that. I set up a workstation area out here to have air conditioning, so I have out here, for example, my main test bed, which is an X99 platform with the 5930K, the X99 classified motherboard from EVGA, and again, that's a 16 gigs of G-Skill Ripjaws 4 DDR4 memory. This has been a nice little workhorse, super rock solid and great for benchmarking, which is one of the other things I do pretty commonly. So for example, here are my current generation of graphics cards that have been benchmarked multiple times in multiple configurations to do tests and comparisons and whatnot. So you got the 970, the 980, the 980 Ti. This is a 390X, and I think I have a Fury as well, but it's in the box. A Fury X, I should say. And here's my garage. This is the wide shot where you can see how actually messy and terrible everything is, with clutter everywhere. Now when you actually get in close, if I like put you down where the camera's supposed to be, you know, line things up there. Then I sit at the desk and things look a little bit less cluttered, although granted there's still just lots and lots of stuff laying around. This is my main camera that I use for pretty much all my stuff right now. It's a GH4, and I love this camera. So here's like my little desk. This desk I've actually had for a really long time. I honestly, I think I've had it since I was a teenager. It's pretty worn out, but I'm gonna hopefully be replacing it soon. And I'm going to get some countertops to go all the way around the outer edge here, and then to come across the front so you can sit behind it and do that kind of thing. Other than that, out here I have my notebook, which is an Asus G550JK. I have various audio equipments for doing like the live show that we did last night. So this is a Monoprice little 4-channel soundboard. I think they're actually discontinuing that one. We just recently integrated these Monoprice microphones, which have also been doing a great job. And I got 2 of them wired up to the soundboard so that we can each have one when Kyle and I do our live show out here. All of that is sort of wired up to this system over here. This is my streaming system, which has a 4770K in it, and what else, like a GTX 770. I mean, like the thing with me and the systems I have set up is that I swap parts out of them all the time, so what I tell you is in there right now might not be what's in there in a week or two. Anyway, that's all arranged here with this Monoprice 4K monitor, and that's kind of how we set up the stream. I guess finally I'll show you guys this system over here, which trust me, it's not neglected. It's just over here right now. I had to move it for the live show yesterday. This is Arctic Panther. This is my the gem of my current build, or the builds that I have right now. This is probably the nicest one. All water cooled system with dual 980s in it, and a 5960X, and a Intel 750 SSD, and a couple 4TB hard drives, and what is it? Like 2 512 gig SSDs in the back, and another 250 gig SSD, plus the Intel 1.2 terabyte 750 SSD. This is a pretty awesome system. I'm really happy with it. I have a full build series on it that kind of goes over the entire construction because I did some modding and all that kind of stuff. So as you guys can probably tell, I could keep talking about all of the random stuff that I have out here because it kind of goes on forever. But I hope you've at least enjoyed this little bit that I've shared with you so far. Thank you, Frank, for having me on your show once again. Thanks to you all guys for watching. Check out my channel. It's called Paul's Hardware, and hopefully see you there soon.
Alright guys, it's going to wrap it up now for episode 22 of Room Tour Project. Hope you all enjoyed. And again, big thank you to Paul from Paul's Hardware for being on the episode and showing off all the stuff behind the scenes. I really appreciate it. And if you guys want, his link will be down below in the description. You can check it out. Check out his channel. Good stuff. If you guys liked the video, please give it a thumbs up to show your support. Thumbs up means a lot, makes me know you guys want to see more. If you have any questions, you can comment down below or hit me up on Twitter at randomfrankp. I am on Twitter 24/7, so you can definitely give me a follow on there. And lastly, if you haven't already, please hit subscribe. I've done a ton of tech videos in the past, and if you want to see more episodes of Room Tour Project, you're not going to want to miss out, so hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed episode 22. I'm Random Frank P. Have a good day.